Good evening and welcome to another in our series of Talk Sports, where we talk to the movers and shakers of sports, the sportsmen, sportswomen, administrators, past and present. Well, this evening we return into the community. Yeah, the community. For the past few weeks, we have been all over, and not just in Grenada, but we have been in the other islands. We have been talking other sports. At one point, we started dealing with the whole issue of the club structure. Well, what do you know? This week and on today's program, we'll be speaking about a new initiative in Grenada, and it's called the All Stars Sports Club. All Stars Football Club, I should say. All Stars Football Club. Right. But it's a football club with a difference. And we'll hear all about that. A football club with a difference. When you hear about a football club, you're thinking about, oh, it's a football team, another football team participating in, local competitions, what have you, case like that. But we'll hear all about this All Stars Football Club. Why such an initiative and what they intend to do. For what I have been seeing, that their mission, if I can read, is to inspire and support all football lovers, clubs, academies, leagues, and FAs within the state to become socially responsible and a community engaged organization, etc., etc. Well, one of the persons involved in the football club is Alan James, and he is the deputy chairman of the All Stars Football Club. Let me welcome Alan to our program and say good evening to you, Alan.
Good evening to you, Michael, and good evening to our listeners in Grenada and also in the diaspora. All the persons logged in now on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you are. Welcome again, and it's always been a pleasure to be on your very inspiring sports program, Michael.
Well, I'm glad you say welcome again, because the last time you were on the program, you were in the capacity as representative of the Police Sports Club.
Yes,
so another indicative of your involvement in sports. This time as the All Stars Football Club. But Alan, tell us, what is this about the All Stars Sports Club? What it is we need to know. Why the All Stars Football Club? And I keep saying sports club because that is, I know. But what's about the All Stars Football Club that we need to know? Why such an initiative? Why now? Why, who are the people involved? Give us some background on the All Stars Football Club.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Well, the initiative regarding the All Stars Football Club came about in 2019. If you remember, when we had the NYPD, the New York Police Department humanitarian effort, when they came to Grenada, they involved with the police and other schools within the community. One of the matches that they played in Grenada was the NYPD versus the President 11, meaning the president of the Grenada Football Association. So they had a match up at Grenville, Victoria Park, one evening. And then the President 11 involved a lot of past players and other administrators in sports, particularly football. So back there and then, we kind of decided, I told the President, let us keep this group together, go to the community and we can play football and engage in other meaningful, positive activities. So December of 2020, the whole, that 2020 year, we know it was a lockdown, and more or less, the easement a little bit, we realized, well, sports is kind of coming back into being played. So me and the President, Cheney Joseph, was having a discussion. So I asked him, let us reactivate the group, man, because we also have a chat group with all the players involved. Let us start some kind of community outreach, engage in meaningful football activities. So we started sharing the idea back and forth, and then we created the group and started having discussion with past players, administrators of football, in terms of the idea. And a lot of them kind of jump on board and we start sharing ideas in the chat group, and it was very, very interactive for almost the whole day. Persons saying, I think it's a good idea, let us get involved, let us play, and all of that. So me and the president, we start getting persons on board, and we decide we need to make this thing real. So we started coming up with names, and All Stars came up, All Stars FC, and we all agreed that it's going to be All Stars FC, meaning FC stands for football club. So we continue discussion among ourselves. Then we start thinking of, well, we need to have a uniform. What do you think? And then the jersey I'm wearing now is our All Stars FC kit. And the president threw it up and he said, what do you guys think about this uniform? And everybody was like, thumbs up, let's go for it. So what we did, every member of the club, we have about 40 persons involved in that chat group. And every person was asked what name would they want on the jersey, what preferred number they would want. And, you know, they indicated that. And we started taking sizes, and we started the project and the process of getting the information and starting to source the uniform for All Stars FC. Then we decided for that to become real reality and to make persons see that we are serious, we decided to have a committee among ourselves. So a selected few members were selected to be on that committee. So we have Chenny Joseph as the chairman, Alan James as the deputy chairman, and then we have 4 directors. So we have Mr. Glenn Alexander, who is a teacher and also sports administrator. We have Ms. Hadasha Bokmaya, who is a director. We have Mr. Leon Radix, who is the football executive rep for St. David's. And then we have Ms. Andia Wellington, also a director. So among ourselves, we started to have meetings and we started to share ideas among ourselves in terms of a motto, our goal, our mission, our vision, and some of the objectives what we set out to achieve. And we had a number of meetings among ourselves, a number of discussions. While doing that, the general body, we were letting them know the plans, what we were thinking about, sharing various ideas with them, letting members know that we'll meet with the general membership so they can know our plans and everything moving forward. So among our discussion, we came up with our mission, our vision, and some of our plans and objectives moving forward, even some core values as relates to the All Stars FC club. So that was done. We did that, and then 2 Saturdays back, we had a official welcome lunch with all our members, our first official interaction via Zoom. We had that interaction with our members, which was very, very fruitful and successful. We had some very, very healthy discussion in terms of the way forward. Just to let you know, All Stars FC is a non-for-profit organization. Most let person know it's a non-for-profit organization.
So it's it's registered as a non-profit organization.
Well, we 80% there of getting it registered. The process has started, but we're just waiting on the final completion. But it's a non-for-profit organization.
Okay, that's the ultimate intention.
Yes, that's the ultimate thing. So that's where the general discussion and the whole idea of All Stars FC come about. And I must say, the interaction among our members have been very, very fruitful. The interim committee directors, we've been having many discussions, sharing various ideas in terms of what we want to achieve, what we want to do within the community. And our main aim really is to be an agent of change using the engine football, because we realize football is highly played within Grenada. Persons love the game, persons love football, and we can use football to reach many communities within Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, and also be an influence of change in various sporting clubs, particularly football or other clubs within Grenada, Carriacou, and Martinique, that we can share that assistance to. Also, we want to share a positive impact within the communities that we may go from time to time. So for All Stars FC, our goal is to score a difference. And I must say, among our committee, we kind of brainstorm and come up with various ideas, persons share different ideas and how we can tweak it. And we all agreed that our motto is going to be, our goal is to score a difference. And I really, really kind of like the phrase, we're scoring in terms about football, in terms of playing game, but Our whole idea is to score a difference, to make a difference, and to impact positively on the lives of persons within the community, whether old or young, that we will engage in. So that is the real whole idea behind the All Stars FC. Like I say, it's new. We just started, but that is the idea in terms of moving forward regarding the All Stars FC, being an agent of change, using the engine football to achieve that.
Mm-hmm. But how can one get involved? I know you mentioned the involvement of the president of the FA and the directors, but how can you become a member of the All Stars FC?
Okay, presently we started online registration for all our members. So we want all our members to be registered. There's an annual subscription fee of $50 that every member will have to pay. So if you want to become a member, we can send you the link. You can sign up online, or if you want the form hard copy, we can make it available for members to sign. We expect persons being involved in the All Stars FC will be person of good character. We expect that person going to be the agent of change. Persons who can influence the lives of other people positively, because the whole objective is to impact life in a positive way. All right, and we see that the All Stars FC, that's one of our objectives. We are aiming to achieve, and we know that we can achieve that collectively. So if you want to become a member, we can make the forms available to you either online, or you can contact any member of the executive All Stars FC, and we can make the form available to you to sign. Like I said, there's an annual subscription fee of $50. You'll have to do the application form so we can register online. Because what we're going to do, we have to have all our members in a database, so at least we can reach our members whenever we can. We also agree at our official launch that we want to involve not just we as members, but our families, our close friends, our wives, our girlfriends, our companions, to be part of this initiative with us. Because we also see the family has a critical role to play in this initiative, and we strongly want to support the family getting together in these activities. So we fully encourage our families to be involved in that initiative as we move along. And like I said, it's not only going to be football. We intend to engage the community in other activities. For instance, if we decide to go to Rose Hill to engage in a football match within the community, we may also want to engage young persons within the community, maybe the delinquent youths, or persons that have social ill problems that we can deal with. Maybe someone in the community might have a special need. Maybe they may be low on food, or they may be in a house and they need some assistance. We also want to see how we can assist and create that impact whichever way we can. So that's the whole idea in terms of engaging the community. Like I said, not only to play football, but to engage in other activities, such like health fairs, community walks, health walks, other activities that we can engage in the community using football. So that's the whole objective and ideas behind the All Stars FC. Okay. Yes, and I just like to let you know, I know you mentioned it before, we have a mission and also a vision, and our mission is to inspire and support all football lovers, clubs, academies, leagues, and FAs within the state to become socially responsible and a community engaged organization who uses social power of football to positively change the lives of people in Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimaki. So this is our ultimate mission as we seek to achieve our objective. And our vision is to be the go-to organization in community and social responsibility in Grenada to actively promote socialization, connecting the power of football as a tool for social development, and to be an inclusive stakeholder within the sector and support organization to create a sustainable impact in their communities. So that is our mission and that is our vision for the All Stars FC. Adding to that, which is very sorry, yeah, go ahead, Michael.
No, just hold the point there because I wanted to add into the discussion there, Mr. Glenn Alexander, who is remotely, not seeing him that clear, but as a director, wanted to find out from him how such an initiative, I mean, when you hear about a football club, the first thing that comes to mind is competition, playing. What is the difference that such all-stars football club will make? Confusing to the listener or the viewer is that you said all-stars football club, but in reality, it's not so much about playing football. It's not so much about being in competition. But as you just indicated with the mission, is basically to as you indicated, to inspire the support of various stakeholders, in terms of the social responsibility and to uplift the standards of the lives of Grenadians. So, Glenn, as a director, how do you convince people to be part of such an organization?
Well, in keeping with our motto, which says to score a difference. Are you hearing me clearly? That's what it is. I mean, football, yes, it is a game, but in this era, in this time, and we must go all wrong. And that is one of the thing that is one of the reasons I find it necessary to. I did not hesitate to be a part of this organization because if you know Glenn Alexander is not only involved in football but also community, and I believe the our aims and objective is really to strike a balance, read the game of football. I mean, there is life after football, and some of our activities to come. We have health work. We have ideas of possibly giving hampers to in a house for someone and the likes. But using the game of football, um, we I do not know if Alan touched on it, but we also have ambassadors who will be attached to the organization, and we actually will be using them to help. So as we go to communities, so we may have them as a motivational speaker. We may do a walkthrough and the like. So it's not only football, but at the end of the day, of course, we have a little football to socialize amongst ourselves.
Okay, Alan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, Alan. So as we were indicating, and as Glenn just mentioned, I know you were making a point, but I don't know if it is in relation to the whole issue of the ambassadors. But it's an interesting point that Glenn just raised there in terms of having ambassadors. Obviously, that will be spreading the message of the All Stars Football Club.
Well, of course, we presently have 4 ambassadors on board, and like I said, it's different persons from different walks of life, different job backgrounds, different communities that are part of the All Stars FC. Because we are looking for influential people, people who are positive, and people who are agents of change. So one of our ambassadors is the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Edwin Martin, who is fully on board and fully supportive of the initiative. We have Pastor Dave King from Riverside in St. Patrick's, very, very influential within the community, also the religious community. We have 2 of our cultural ambassadors, soca artists. We have Likanati, or they're from St. David's, and Boise, or they're in St. Patrick's. So far, these are the ambassadors that we have on board that have joined in the venture with that initiative for us. And as we move along, more and more ambassadors will be joining to assist us in our initiative to fulfill our mandate.
Okay, that's well, I'm saying it's interesting enough, but the point I'm making here to you, Alan, and I mentioned it to Glenn, is that those listening and probably heard about All Stars FC, as you know, they will think of a football club, a football team in the local parlance, and probably, whether it's in GFA affiliate, who can play for, that's what I'm saying. So you have to bring some clarity to the listener, to the viewer, about I know you mentioned about the mission, but what it is you're really hoping to achieve with this All Stars Football Club, because some of the people that are involved, for example, are former footballers. Some of the ambassadors some of them are probably non-footballers, So what it is that they're hoping ultimately to achieve as the All Stars Football Club, because the name itself may be a bit confusing for others. Probably some may argue that probably you should have used another name, but I assume as an organization, you have reason why you went with the All Stars Football Club. Try to drive home the point, Alan.
Okay.
What exactly you're hoping to achieve with the All Stars Football Club? Make it clear that it is not the go-to football, day-to-day football club, whether it's like the Paradise or the Queen's Park Rangers or the Carnage FC, but it's something of a difference.
Yes.
I'm giving you that opportunity to make that point.
All right. Thank you, Michael. Well, like I said, the members of All Stars Football Clubs, most of them are like past football players, maybe ex-nationals, and very influential people in various communities. And most persons within the group know each other. Most of them are serious lovers of sport, and they are very happy to be part of such an initiative. We also see the All Stars FC as to promote healthy lifestyle based on the activities that we want to get involved in. So our objective is not about just playing football. Sometimes if we decide to go in a community, maybe just do a community walk, just engage the community, maybe in some fun and games within the community. So what we really want to do as the All Stars FC is to influence change and to inspire persons in various communities, whether young, old, middle-aged, whether schools. That is our main objective, to really to be an agent of change, to impact the lives of persons positively. That is our whole objective. All right. Yes, we may play a little football match, but most of it might be a game of fun, or just a social interaction, or just as a part of healthy lifestyle. So the All Stars FC, while it's All Stars Football Club, it speaks about football, we will not only be engaged in playing football. So it's not just a football team just going on playing football. It's more than just football. Like I said, we want to inspire the lives of persons within various communities. We want to engage other social groups. We want to engage in other different topics within the community, various topics. And there are a number of persons within that group that are various expertise in various areas. So we're going to be using them in various areas to discuss that. We're going to have panel discussion on various topics. And anyway, we can assist positively the All Stars FC, we are there for that. So like I said, it's not only about football, while the name is All Stars FC, but we engage in a lot of community activities throughout the length and breadth, throughout Grenada, Carriacou, and Pitimatni. I will be engaging in various clubs, whether old, young, middle-aged, whatever it is. Once we are available, we'll be actively involved in providing that assistance as being the agent of change.
Mm-hmm. Who are some of the ambassadors already identified for the FC, the All Stars FC?
Well, like I mentioned before, presently we only have 4 ambassadors. So we have the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Edwin Martin. We have Pastor Dave King. We have 2 cultural artists, we have Boise and also Likonati. Also to let you know that we have had discussion with the Minister for Sport, Honorable Yolan Bin Haswad, And she's fully supportive of the idea. She's really, really on board in providing whatever assistance she can in whatever way. But she fully support the idea. So we are really, really happy for that. And as we move along, like I said, we're still in the infant stage, but we're hoping that we can touch the lives of many persons, even businesses within the community, to get the support on board in whatever initiative that we may want to achieve, to get the support in that regard. So I'm just throwing it out there right now to the listeners out there, any business community, whether home or abroad in the diaspora, any assistance that you can provide to the All Stars FC in any way possible, you can feel free to reach out to any one of us, the members, and share whatever idea you want, and we'll surely get back to you. Also, Michael, soon we'll be launching our social media page, Facebook page, so where we can going to be very interactive, where we can discuss our plans, our objective, our idea and activities coming up. We're also in the process of doing our yearly activity, so we have to plan ahead so at least persons can know early what are the activities we are going to have when the time comes. So there's still some work in progress, but we're very optimistic, and we know that we're going to achieve what we want to achieve positively to impact the lives of persons within our various communities. Using the engine, I feel like using the engine football.
Okay, then let me see if I can bring in Glenn here now to give us, for someone who is basically on the ground, and giving us an idea of the sort of initial feedback they have already had with the All Stars Football Club. Glenn?
Yeah, Mike, I'm just like playing musical chairs with the internet here, but I just want to stick to a point, come back to the point where I know you stress the idea of football. I do not know if Alan mentioned it because I sort of lost con contact there. But we have shortlisted at least 10 organizations and group of persons for our Ulster FC to interface with. If I can call some, we look at a Karakou 11, possibly the Commissioner 11, Grenleg teachers, and the list goes on. You have entertainers and so it's really to bring a difference using football. Maybe our activities, our drive to do things within the community sort of overshadow the football aspect of it. But to let you know that we do have lots of football to be played. As a matter of fact, one of our first major games will be Drinks versus Water edition with the Cheney Joseph 11 versus the Allen 11, and that is for us to get to interface with each other. Um, Many other little football is happening. I know if he did not mention, hopefully we are going off to Rose Hill. Is it Rose Hill to engage the U19? So there's a long list of footballing teams for us to engage, and we have a list of over 40 members who will participate and represent the FC. Who, while they might be affiliated to other teams, but actually our involvement in football is to engage organizations and groups so that we can have greater socialization and create greater impact within our communities.
So as you indicated, it's more social engagement.
Yeah, well, we're not looking at competition per se. We're using the sports, the game of football to as that engine to go to our different communities. I mean, there are areas some persons might not have played football, but and as was mentioned, the idea of bringing in our families and friends as being associated with the FC, and that is the whole love and togetherness that is associated with the football FC.
Okay, then, and Alan, I guess as much is much of the same in terms of having the folks engaged, and as you indicated, with even among the ambassadors, we do have the two of the cultural ambassadors already involved as part of the All Stars FC, and I assume one of them probably by right maybe a former footballer himself, you know. So I guess as much as not taken far, except that the commissioner of police, I know he tries something now and again. I saw him boots up a couple of times already. But as you indicated, it's all about the social engagement. How do you identify communities that you want to target, organizations that you want to target? I assume the social engagement means that you want to make a difference in those communities. So how do you go about identifying these communities?
Well, Michael, like I said, persons involved in the All-Star FC, they are from right around Grenada, Carriacou, Matney. So we also expect persons in the various community, because they know of our objective, they know of our plan, can share ideas in terms of a concern or initiative within the various community. And we discuss it among our membership and decide where we are going. So that's the whole idea. Like I said, Mr. Glenn Alexander, he works well in the community, he's involved in a lot of community interaction. Another member I know, Anderson Gaskin, also involved within the communities. And like I said, we have a number of persons in various communities, especially in the remote areas that we want to go in and create that impact. And why football? 90% of the persons in Grenada love football. I mean, football is one of the sports that brings people together very, very easily. I can tell you of the community of Rosehill. I mean, I grew up in the area of St. Patrick's, and it's community of Rosehill is where I play my childhood football. And in Rosehill, you do not have to announce any activity. You just have to go there and start an activity in the Rosehill playing field, and you'll be surprised to see the amount of people that just come around and interact and socialize. You know, and so this is the kind of impact we are looking for. You know, I can speak of an initiative that the police had during our police week activities. We had a Winball Cricket Fiesta in Rosehill one year, and up to this day, police officers are still talking about that event in Rosehill. It's one of the most impactful one they have seen in all of the activities we have had over the years. So I'm looking forward to, these are the kind of impact that we want to create within our communities using football, you know. So we're really, really optimistic about it, and I know we can achieve what we set out to achieve in a positive way. We want to be the agent of change, especially Michael, in this era now, in this pandemic era, people are very stressful, people are hurting. So at least they're looking for some kind of social interaction. Maybe they're just looking for somebody to talk to. They might have issues or concern that we may be able to provide some assistance or help to. So, you know, these little areas we are looking to assist and provide that help in a positive way.
Right. Well, I guess as much you bring in more clarity, more clarity to the issue, and that's good, because I assume that folks will really want to know how they can get involved, and then when they hear about the All Stars Football Club, they will know that it's not just about you know, another team, as we say, but is something that is a well-oiled initiative. In terms of the structure, you mentioned the chairman, you mentioned a deputy, the directors, but I assuming that the structure and there where we go, most times we try to ensure that we have a proper structure to ensure the sustainability of such an initiative. The entire structure is well thought out to ensure that the persons who are involved are on the front line of the organization are persons who have the commitment, the dedication, and the involvement, because sometimes you get people who are interested in the start and then somewhere or the other they fall off and fall short, and sometimes when you depend on them, you don't get their involvement. So Alan and Glenn, how do you ensure that the people who are involved are well committed to the cause of the All Stars FC?
To the committee, a coach, a manager, logistics person, and we also decided that based on the activity, we will have some ad hoc we will have some ad hoc committee set up. So, for example, going to Rose Hill, we just contact Pastor King and he organized a subcommittee with a logistic person to take care because we are all busy persons. And based on our year calendar, our proposed year calendar, based on the activities, we would have ad hoc committees being created to work along with individual with of course the committee. There are different aspects in terms of media and so forth. We're gonna take care of that, but in terms of the activity in itself, we're going to more or less have ad hoc committee together with the logistics persons to take care of our events. And I just want to add to, as Alan mentioned, we have persons left, right, and center all over the island. So we may just have a northern grouping to organize up there and a southern grouping to organize as we go around. But we also intend to go to Carriacou, not leaving out Carriacou and Petit Matnik. So basically, in terms of that, because we are all busy people.
Okay. Alan?
Well, I agree. I agree with sentiments shared by Glenn and also Michael. This is basically a voluntary initiative. So, I mean, we're not forcing anybody to get on board. All the members that we have willingly said, I want to be part of this. You know, I want to be part of that agent for change. So, and that's what I like about it. You know, we're not forcing anybody to be part of it. Like Glenn said, we are all busy people, but we still want to create that impact within our communities. We see that as an opportunity that we can assist our lovely island, Triangle State of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique in whatever way possible in a positive way. You know, and once we can impact lives in a positive way to inspire persons, we think we have achieved our objective in terms of moving forward. All right, so persons out there, if you're interested in becoming a member of All Stars FC, feel free to contact us. Like I said, registration can be online, and you can also get a hard copy to register. Our yearly subscription per member is $50 per member. So, because like I said, it's a non-for-profit organization. We want to get engaged in activities. There will be expense. So, you know, is actually we are the persons are the ones to make that possible. And if you can get assistance from outside, from any business community or any person out there within Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, or even in the diaspora, you want to provide some assistance, feel free to do so. We will surely welcome it and ensure that it is used wisely for what we set out to achieve.
And about the involvement in the communities, you indicated in the introduction, a part of the social engagement involved things like the food hampers and cleanups and other engagement. How do you hope to go about doing that? Have you identified the communities that you hope to start these things in, or you have started it already?
No, we haven't started it as yet. But like I said before, some of the initiatives that we want to achieve will be coming out from members in the various communities. Like I said, this is our intention. So if while we move along, someone said, "Watch, I think we can do that in a certain area at a particular time and day," we decide on it, we agree, and we get in there and do it. But we are just saying these are some of the initiatives that we want to achieve in terms of moving forward. We haven't identified all as yet. We are still in the infant stage, but we're saying it out loud now so that these persons can hear and they feel free to be part of it. They can share the ideas with us, and think this is something I think you guys should take on. What about providing some assistance in that regard? So we are there for that. But we want to, like I said, we want to impact person positively, inspire person within the communities, whether old, young, youth. We are there to help. We are there to solve. And we are there as an agent of change. Like I said, our motto, our goal is to score a difference. So we want to do something different, impact the lives of persons within our communities. All right.
Okay, I was just
Yes.
getting some comments.
Yes,
Although
I saw some of them like motivational speaking, like I said,
yeah,
panel discussion,
I
and and these are the things we want to get involved in. We really, really want to get involved in that, and we know that we can create that impact within our communities. I
yeah.
can tell you, some of our communities. I mean, from a law enforcement standpoint, some of our communities are really, really hurting. We have some troubled communities, so we use all our resources to see how we can assist and provide some assistance in a positive way.
Yeah, I would like to see that involvement in terms of, and as you say, the social engagement. It doesn't necessarily have to be playing football every time, but it can be, as you say, a panel discussion, for example. Go into the community, host a panel discussion, probably a quiz night,
Yes,
have,
yes,
engage the community in various aspects. And I guess as much, that is the difference that the All Stars Football Club
yes, Michael,
will
exactly.
will will make. I'm not saying that I'm a member in the diaspora, but but I guess as much the whole idea of fomenting ideas and suggestions, and every now and again, seeing how you can tweak and get the involvement of the community, so that when you move, whether it's to closure or whether it's to Tebaid or wherever it is, that people can actually feel the difference that the All Stars Football Club is making. And again, it's not just about the actual football, because you may be in a community that they traditionally play cricket or involved in cricket, you understand?
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
because of your engagement and what you engage in, you may find you have mass participation, as one of the person is actually saying there, in terms of mass participation. There are a lot of people who want to be involved there, but they don't like sometimes to be in the front line or in the limelight.
Yes, I
They
understand that.
they work in the back, So I
Yes.
assume that is how, and Glenn is one person who has been working on the ground with lots of organizations. So I guess that much is all about the involvement. And you, Alan, your involvement in the police sports club will also make a difference in terms of
Yep,
your
of course.
your engagement with the community. So in moving forward, have you an agenda, a schedule as to how you hoping to roll out? I know we're still in the pandemic era, but post-pandemic, how you hoping to really step up and get things going? When probably is your first official engagement? I mean, do you have an idea now? Oh, let me
Glenn, go
Glenn,
ahead.
yeah,
Yeah,
let me go ahead.
Mike, you are part of the rolling out. As a matter of fact, over the last week or so, we took the opportunity to engage the media, individual media houses, and we want to thank you for giving us this opportunity. We also been sending out little feelers. If you notice, many of our players' t-shirt and numbers were being advertised. You saw the presentation being made to the Minister of Sports. But coming next Tuesday, we are going to have our official press release to give. We're going to have our press release to really give the ideas how we unfolding. We know we have a preliminary game on Saturday. Um, is it yes, Monkridge? We have a game in Monkridge to play there on the 19th. We have Tuesday to do our formal press release, and as we go forth, we amongst our members we're going to be having game one as it relates to drinks versus water, and continue to engage the community. I want to add to Mike, our activities will vary. Variety is the spice of life. Even maybe to do a health walk to promote a cause, to have a fundraiser, um, different things we are going to have to engage our members. So it's not going to be a one-off, but again, you see, I have that number 12 on my back. I will also grace the field again. So many of our players will get the opportunity to play among other persons our age, because many of us we might be in the over 40 category, and just to have persons our kind of skill and our age to deal with the aspect of football, while at the same time scoring that difference.
All right. Alan, how do you hope to really score that difference?
Well, doing what we set out to do. I mean, we just can't be talking. We need to act also, and I believe it's possible. I mean, we have a mission, we have a vision. We can score the difference. Like I said, I'm sure at least if we touch a life at least one person, I think we have made a difference and we have created some impact. And that is what we want to achieve. And through our initiative, through football, we can achieve that. Like I said, we all know football is a well played sport. It's been loved by most everyone, young, old, boys and girls from all ages involved in the sport of football. So we are using that engine to push our agenda to make that difference within our various communities, wherever we may go. And Michael, we are looking forward also to even travel abroad. So, I mean, we will start locally, but we are also looking to travel abroad and engage in other activities with other organizations out there. And they may likewise want to come to Grenada to also engage in such activities. So, I mean, that's the idea moving forward, so that we can expand and create that impact throughout our communities and get more persons involved in that venture. And I'm sure also in the diaspora we can get many support and assistance, and we're also looking forward to that assistance as we move along. So once there is a need, we will let persons know, because based on what we are going to do, there will be need. Like I said, we will let persons know whatever they can assist, whatever way possible. We'll surely welcome it, and we will surely use whatever we are given, use it what is intended to do in moving forward. We're going to set up our bank account and all of that. Like I said, we are 80% there in getting our organization registered, so it's going to be legit. And like I said, it's a non-for-profit organization. So if persons want to get on board, feel free to join the All Stars FC. We're all about scoring a difference, and we want to make a difference, and we believe that it is possible for us to score that difference and impacting life positively within our communities.
Okay. Gentlemen, I think the more we go into the discussion is the more convincing you sound in, and I assume by the end of the evening, you may have some new members, hoping that you have some new members. But I assume the idea is to at least let people know about this new initiative. How can one who outside of Grenada, because I know you talk about past footballers and others, if they're interested in becoming a member of the All Stars Football Club, do you have means of them becoming a member and being part, well, in terms of their membership? Because, COVID has taught us a lot of things, like what we are doing here now, okay? In terms of bringing people closer together. Probably prior to COVID, we always thought about having a meeting and having a physical meeting, meaning everyone, has to be together, everyone has to be in the same room. But through Zoom and, social media and other means, you could be on Mars and you can be part of the process. So how can one, whether it's in Toronto, whether it's in London, New York, or Miami, or even in Bridgetown, Barbados, and want to be part of the All Stars FC, how can they be part of it?
Glenn? You're mute? Okay.
Yeah, it's simple, Mike, because our organization will be about partnership. We can share our digits, and I know definitely similar to what the NYPD have done in terms of collecting stuff, whether it's football related or so. We can partner with individuals who want to partner with us, keep them updated on our activities. If we have to do something virtual with them, we will do that. But Alan and myself, we're easy to be contacted. And of course, it's nice that this program is giving us the opportunity to really dig into the diaspora, whereby we can work together. I mean, I'm looking forward to maybe visiting New York or USA to engage as All Star FC, but we know what the pandemic has done. But we can partner. We can have members. You can become a member of the organization. You can get your customized T-shirt. We can make that arrangements once you contact us and we decide. Well, yes, you can be a part because, as mentioned earlier, we're going to extend. As a matter of fact, because I was in and out, read this. We hope to be Spice Boys' biggest fan base. So when we have a game, whether it's local or international, we can also join in and really go forward to really support football and, as we rightfully say, to score that difference.
Okay. Well, I'm really hoping that folks can be part of your part of your message, can be part of the mission and probably spread the message, I should say, but part of the mission to spread the message, because the more we listen, the more we are being convinced that it's a start, it's a good initiative, and probably is an invitation probably for others to do similar things. You do not have to be, as indicated, playing competitive football, even though it says All Stars FC, but you can make a difference through your engagement, through your social engagement. And important enough, Alan and Glenn, is that coming out of the pandemic, hopefully, and I'm saying hopefully, if all goes well, that people will be interested in getting more involved, more engagement. There will be more engagement. It has been a whole year now that people have been somewhat disconnected, and there will be this flow to get involved, and it's a hope that through the All Stars FC, that could be an engine for that sort of engagement. Hopefully, I can see or I can hear from your organization something to involve more women. Yes, I think I heard about the name of a woman as a director, but I haven't been hearing much about how you hoping to get more women involved in the organization.
Well, in terms of
I hope I didn't put you folks on the spot.
No. Well, we're not biased to any gender, whether male or female. We want to get women also involved. And like I said before, we involve our families. So I mean, most homes will have a female person involved. So like I say, our wives, or girlfriend, our companion, whoever it is, significant other, can be part also of the process. So any female out there, or female group, wherever it is, might want to get involved with some initiative with the All Stars FC. We are there for that also. So we are open, Michael. And like I said, this thing is a partnership. It's a teamwork. With unity, it becomes strength, and team effort, we can achieve a lot more. So that's the whole objective. But whatever the end result it is, whatever initiative that we engage in, the end result should be something positive, something that can impact lives, something that can inspire, and somebody positively in whatever way possible. That's the main thing of the All Stars FC. We'll play a game of football, but basically for fun and for interaction and to socialize, to laugh, and just have that time among ourselves. Even it gives us, as members of All Stars FC, to socialize among ourselves. Because some of us may have played football together from since childhood days, school, ex-national players. We get an opportunity now to interact with each other, So that's the whole lot. That's also a positive. And also getting involved in any sport or any activities is part of healthy lifestyle, because being healthy and exercise is very, very key as human beings. So we also want to get engaged in that. So it's all about partnership.
Right. Well, I think that's the word I was looking for the entire night: partnership. I'm glad you raised it. Albeit
Yes,
coming towards the end of the program, you're raising it, but it's a very important
yes.
word: partnership,
Partnership, of
because
course.
it's part of the whole social engagement.
Meant. Yes,
As I
yes.
said, good night also to Thompson Kado, one who has always, I think he has a lot football at heart,
Yes,
always
yes, of course.
engaged.
Yes, of course.
Thompson, good night, and also good night to Daniel James as well. And I forgot to mention Martin Alexander earlier in the program.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I know these people are very much involved in sports. They have
Well, of
sports at
course.
heart. Their engagement in sports, and I think, and I am assuming, these are the sort of people you're looking to be part of the the All Stars FC in terms of engagement, because they are already boots on the ground, right?
Of course,
Yeah,
of course, Michael. Yes, of course,
they're
of
already
course.
boots on the ground.
Yes.
And the hope is that you can get them. But I want to wish you folks all the best, and hoping that more folks can get involved, and we will be hoping to hear more of the All Stars FC in the coming weeks and months. And hopefully when all is well and you can roll out everything in terms of your schedule for probably the remainder of the year. I don't know how you plan to do it, whether the remainder of the year or whether it's month to month. But we really looking forward to hear more of about All Stars FC and how FC can really make a difference in the lives of Grenadians. Glenn, some parting words from you?
Basically, I'm happy to be a part of this organization, and I will stick with the goal, GOAL, to score a difference using the sport of football.
By the way, is there something in particular regarding scoring a difference? I think I saw it earlier up in some comments there in terms of
Well, that
someone
is
keeps
our
saying,
goal. Our goal, not GOLD, GOAL. Our goal, ultimate goal, is to score a difference.
score a
Um,
difference.
we know what football, you score a goal, so we want to make that difference, and
Okay.
that's the only reason why I am being a part of this organization, to really make that difference. The physical part also. I mean, I getting an opportunity to be back on the field, so yeah, that's it.
Okay. Alan, what's the difference? What's the difference you hoping to make?
The difference I'm hoping to make is to positively impact the lives of persons within the community. I mean, once I get the opportunity to do that, I feel happy, and I think we can have better societies, better communities, and persons can feel happy and live comfortable. I'm happy to be part of such an initiative. I'm a serious administrator for the sport. I'm passionate about the game. I love football. So, I mean, like I said, we're using football as the engine to reach persons out there in various community. And I want to be that agent of change.
By the way, by way of clarity also, it doesn't necessarily mean that because you registered as All Stars FC and hoping to register as a non-profit organization, do you have to be an affiliate of the FA to some extent? Are you hoping to be?
No, no affiliation of the FA.
Okay, right,
There's
right.
no affiliation of the FA. Yes.
And you don't have to be one. You don't have
No,
to.
we don't have. No, we don't have to be. You don't
Okay,
have to be. Yes.
that's good. That's good.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
right. All right. Well, gentlemen, again, I want to extend congratulations to you and as Alan as the deputy chairman, Glenn as the director, and all the others involved. I really want to extend congratulations on behalf of the program and the viewers, and wishing you all the best, because I think it's something that can really make a difference. Not just score a difference, but can make a difference
Yes, yes.
in the lives of Grenadians. And I'm really hoping that in the coming weeks and things that we can really hear more about the All Stars FC, and looking forward to your social media engagement as well, so that we can follow. I already saw some of the photos, and although to some extent, Alan and Glenn, I think your T-shirts kind of resemble a European color. I think it's Barcelona, yeah. But, good, and I'm hoping too that as part of your engagement, you can have replicas for your members as well.
Well, of course, we're looking forward to that.
Okay then. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you very much, Mike. And all the best.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay. So, folks, as you heard it there, that's from both from Alan James, who is the deputy chairman of the All Stars FC, and Glenn Alexander, a director of the same All Stars FC. Great initiative, guys, and we're hoping that they can move from strength to strength. Just to let you know that hopefully next week, God's willing, our program will be moving to a different time slot. Instead of the 6:30, we'll be moving to 8 p.m. And that is to facilitate a new engagement where our program will now be aired on cable stations in other islands in the Caribbean. Great going, guys. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll be moving to a new time slot for the Thursday evening program. Instead of the 6:30 to 7:30, we'll be moving to the 8 p.m. slot. That is to accommodate the program being shifted as well, not just on social media, but also on television, cable stations throughout the Caribbean, through the collaboration and involvement of WPG 10. Okay, and I want to thank Mr. Hamlet Mark and company for that involvement to ensure that our program moved to another platform. So we'll be moving to stations in Grenada, Dominica, Antigua, Turks and Caicos, and adding to more. We'll let you know more about that. So coming next Thursday, our program will be moving to a new time slot. On Saturday, we continue with our program. Saturday sports program will continue with the same time slot from 1 o'clock in the afternoon. On Saturday coming, we'll be talking boxing. And next week, look out for it. Mr. Harvey Glantz, the coach of Grenadians, will be on our program as well. Come next week, Mr. Harvey Glantz. More on that in the coming days. So I want to thank you for being part of our program today. It has been a pleasure being with you, and we look forward to your involvement in more of our programs. Want to thank once again the folks of All Stars FC, Mr. Chenny Joseph, Alan James, Glenn, and others for this great initiative, and we're looking forward to your support. Thank you for viewing our program, and hope to see you on Saturday from 1 o'clock when we'll be talking the sport of boxing. Until then, have a pleasant evening.